You know, reviewing stuff is never easy. Critics tend to have ridiculously high standards because of the amounts of various forms of art they are exposed to. They study films and movies and other pieces of art like pesticides. Like, bad movies can be cured of their flaws somehow. A critic is a professional who communicates their opinions and assessments of various forms of creative work, such as art, literature, music, cinema, theatre, fashion, architecture, and food. Critical judgments, whether derived from critical thinking or not, may be positive, negative, or balanced, weighing a combination of factors both for and against. Quite often, critics are attacked because they voice their opinions over things that many people are heavily emotionally attached to, whether it be because of nostalgic sentimentality, or simply the lack of will to see the flaws in the things they love. And hey, who could blame them? Movies are made to entertain, to connect with us on a pure, raw, emotional level. And in many cases, these movies have such an impact on our lives that they stay with us, influencing our behaviour and inspiring our creations. So when someone comes along and destroys that connection, pointing out the flaws, people become very defenseful. Like, the critic is attacking them, like they're destroying their soul or hacking off a limb. Sometimes instead of constructing their opinions to add to the critic's statement, they resort to insulting them, calling them, and I quote, a ballet snob. Yeah, thanks for that. I did consider changing my username to that. It has a nice ring to it. Anywho, I bring you guys back to my review of The Swan Princess. No, don't go watch it. You'll just want to kill me after watching it. Now, that is a film I really hate, and that is grounded on my love of the ballet. But it is also grounded on the fact that it is a very poorly constructed movie, and I say so in my review for it. Yes, I'm a little bit insensitive to the people that created it, but I was still learning how to make reviews back then. But keep in mind that these reviews are done while in character, so they are emphasised and exaggerated views based on very real reactions to the lack of consistency and creativity in the movie. I've been called ballet snob and have been told my points are weak and ungrounded, but I've never been told why. Formally, the word critic is applied to persons who are publicly accepted. Yeah, okay, that's gonna happen. And to a significant degree, followed because of the quality of their assessments or their reputation. Unlike other individuals who may editorialise on subjects via websites or letters written to publications, professional critics are paid to produce their opinions for print, radio, magazine, television, or internet companies. Or, you know, some critics just publish their work themselves on YouTube or Blip because, hey, free publicity! Not to mention, getting your work published professionally is a bloody royal pain. Critics are themselves subject to competing critics, since critical judgment always entails subjectivity. The whole point of being a critic is looking at something and deconstructing it and determining if changes should and can be made in order to make it better. The more I read and watch other reviews on YouTube and other websites, I see people review bad movies, quote unquote, because they are easy targets and for the sake of entertainment portray themselves as a character being tortured because they were exposed to such a god-awful creation. These type of reviews usually come about because of the persona the critic creates to represent themselves on screen, so these can be forgiven as these are forms of entertainment in themselves, and seriously hilarious to watch. There is no such thing as a bad idea, but there is such a thing as a bad execution of an idea. The animation industry suffers greatly from this concept because of its grounding in science and technology, and if the construction is poor, it is clearly seen in the final product. As a result, it is easy to make fun of. There's no need for real analysis because it's just easier to make fun of how poor the animation quality is. Anyone, even someone who doesn't know anything about the animation industry, can attack a movie because of its poor quality. This has nothing to do with budget, but rather more to do with having the right tools but not enough commitment. Why am I saying this? Because I'm just getting sick and tired of seeing reviewers construct their arguments based on an emotional response to something of poor quality. It's like the analysis community is starting to thrive on mediocrity, taking great joy at exposing poor quality work at the expense of those who worked hard on developing this work. I really don't like where this community is going, so I'm not heading down that road anymore. Now, I know what you're thinking. What about your review of Swan Princess, Maddie? I was young, stupid, and didn't have a real identity on YouTube back then, and hey, I still don't really. And yet that review is a video that I keep getting comments about because of my strong negativity towards it. Yet, my review of other movies, that I love, don't get as much attention. It seems people just love to see others get tortured by mediocre works of art. I myself am guilty of that. Now though I have a better understanding on exactly what type of review I want to do. But why does review have to mean pinpointing everything that is bad about a movie for the sake of entertainment? I just don't want to do that anymore. It's not me. It's what everyone else seems to do, and I did it once, but never again. If I genuinely hate a movie, I will not review it. I want to give the movies I love the attention, or at least the movies that are based on things I love the attention they deserve. If I am to live up to my motto of stay creative, then I need to celebrate those that have done just that by producing and creating high quality pieces of art. Okay, venting over. I'm Mad Munchkin. Stay creative.